Fight!
So you see, what you want to do.
Sometimes you just got to kill some commies. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel, a channel where today I'm going to be teaching you how to destroy your enemies in Minecraft using the infantry, rifle, platoon, and squad book on killing from January 2024, ATP 3-21.8. We're going to be discussing 3 different subtopics, but the overarching goal of today's video is going to teach you how to kill the enemy in your HOA, in your Minecraft server, when the commies invade, the zombie commies invade your HOA. This is going to be how you properly utilize doctrine to maneuver and find, fix, and finish those enemy combatants. Now, I want to read you something, okay? We're going to have a long discussion tonight. Now, it is a Monday night, so we're going to keep it a little bit brief, but I want you to come away from this video with a learning lesson, and that lesson is how to kill the enemy, period. Okay, so a couple things to note. Not everything on this channel is just going to be purely gun content. A lot of things are going to be tactics, because tactics are cooler than guns, even though this Mark 18 is pretty freaking cool. Guys, if you want to support this channel, as many of you know, there's no longer a sponsor, because I don't want anybody to be able to say that I am not being true and faithful to you. So the only sponsor of the video will be myself on the Patreon. If you want to continue seeing content here on YouTube from the Trench Grenade channel, well, you should probably go over and join the Patreon. Thank you for doing that. And if you join the Patreon, I'll give you a hug and a kiss, and I'll even show you the tip of my Mark 18. Okay, so go do all the Patreon things, like this video, and comment down below your favorite maneuver in Minecraft, whether it be the offense, the defense, exploiting attack, an infiltration attack, a flanking attack, a turning movement. Oh, trench. I don't know what any of those are. Don't worry, because this is going to be a series where we read the book on killing. Okay, the book of killing, ATP 3-21.8, and I teach you guys some things, and we have some discussions. And it's going to be a little bit awkward because I'll be talking to myself, but I'm used to it. All right, so first thing I have to discuss, if I'm going to teach you how to kill, is the difference between a battle drill and a maneuver. Let's find out. Appendix Echo, battle drills. Infantry, rifle platoons, and squads undergo extensive training to conduct combat operations in all operational environments. In preparation for these operations, battle drills are conducted to mitigate the risk of making contact with the enemy before maneuvering. Battle drills are rehearsed and well understood actions made in response to common battlefield occurrences. Overview. Battle drills are tasks, individual and collective, designed to teach a soldier or small unit to react and survive in common combat situations. A platoon, squad, team, or crew performs these actions when initiated by a predetermined cue, verbal or visual. Battle drills are performed instinctively. They require minimal leader direction and have little to no notice. When initiated, they are considered vital to the success of the combat operation and critical to preserving life. A drill has the following advantages. What is it sounding like? Squad assault, react to contact, break contact, crossing a linear danger area, etc. Entering and clearing a trench. Okay? It is based on unit missions and specific task condition standards, performed measures, and required to support mission proficiency. It builds from simple to complex but focuses on the basics. It links how to train, how to fight at a small unit level. It provides an agenda for continuous coaching and analyzing. Okay, so check this out, guys. A maneuver, think about a maneuver like you're playing Medieval Total War or Lord of the Rings. I don't remember what the name of the Lord of the Rings game is, but you're maneuvering your forces in a manner to dictate the way the battle will go, or at least have a say in the battle. A battle drill is like what I have done many videos on, like squad attack, break contact, react to contact, Battle drill 6, which is enter and clear a building, enter and clear a trench, right? Those are all examples of what I just covered, battle drills. Okay, you have direct fire contact, conduct platoon assault. Battle drill 3, break contact. Battle drill 3 alpha, break contact squad. Battle drill 4, react to ambush. Battle drill 5, knock out a bunker. Battle drill 6, enter and clear a room. Battle drill 7, enter a trench. Battle drill 8, secure a mind wire obstacle. So on and so forth, okay? Those are battle drills. A lot of you guys are getting battle drills and maneuver mixed up. Let's talk about, so a maneuver is how you will array your forces, okay? Does that make sense? Let me show you a better way to articulate this, okay? So a maneuver is how you will actually array your forces based on terrain and the enemy, okay? Mission, enemy, time, terrain, troops, and civilian considerations. So that is a maneuver, okay? So what will determine? Let's assume for tonight's scenario, you are trying to defend your HOA, your neighborhood, okay? Obviously, you would probably never defend the HOA, but let's assume you're trying to defend your neighborhood. Wherever you live right now. If you live in the country, that's fine too. That is the example I will be using when discussing how to kill the enemy. So, part number 2 of tonight's discussion on killing is, you guys will pull it up here. And yes, we will get to the actual killing part, but this is all stuff you need to understand prior. Machine gun employment and theory. Now, don't panic. If you don't have a machine gun, we're going to discuss what you can use in place of a machine gun in a second. Machine gun emplacement and theory. Whether organic to the unit or attached machine guns provide the heavy volume of close and continuous fire needed to achieve fire superiority. They are the infantry platoon's most effective weapons against a dismounted enemy force. These formidable weapons can engage enemy targets beyond the capability of individual weapons with controlled and accurate fire. This appendix addresses M249, M240, blah, blah, blah. Okay, technical data. Leaders must know the technical data of their assigned weapon systems. So, machine gun fire has different effects on enemy targets depending on the type of system, ammunition, range of target, nature of target, etc. Okay, so a lot of you guys are freaking out right now saying, Tritch, I don't have a machine gun. Okay, but you do have battle buddies that have your rifles, right? So what you're going to want to do is echelon your fire, and we're about to discuss it on how to kill. You're gonna maneuver your riflemen in a manner that will have interlocking sectors of fire in the key choke point areas that you want to conduct the killing at. Okay, the majority of the killing. So you need to place designated marksmen or riflemen that have magnified optics or are capable of hitting at whatever distance you need them to be able to maximize fires on the area. Okay, so it's okay if you don't have machine guns, which most of you don't, I don't, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to flex a couple additional riflemen to that area to maximize my killing potential. Okay, now that we've learned the difference between a battle drill and maneuver, because we know we're maneuvering our forces, we're not conducting a battle drill, which is a hasty, a rapid execution, or a reaction without command, okay? So now that we understand that that's a battle drill, this is talking about maneuver. Let's talk about determine where to kill the enemy. The good stuff. Here we go. If you got this far, leave a notebook down below because all of this is public knowledge and you should be reading it and actually educating yourself and not just using it as an excuse that I'm not in the infantry, so I don't know. Well, educate yourself. All right. Determine where to kill the enemy. This is on page 5-75 in ATP 3-21.8. Determine where to kill the enemy. Generally, leaders at the platoon level decide where to kill the enemy within an engagement area assigned by a higher headquarters. So for you, the higher headquarters is just your neighborhood. Okay, the women, the children, that is your higher headquarters area that you're trying to defend. However, leaders at the platoon level must assess the best place to kill the enemy within the assigned AO, area of operation, by understanding the terrain effects and the enemy they will face. So you have to decide what the most likely course of action for the enemy is, what the most deadly course of action for the enemy is, and the best course of action. So you need to determine some plans, okay? Identifying the most likely enemy course of action is going to allow you to be able to echelon and maneuver your forces in an area where you can maximize killing potential on the enemy, okay? So you need to identify what course of action you think the commies, the zombie commie horde in Minecraft is going to take to maneuver on your neighborhood, okay? An analysis of terrain, enemy scheme and maneuver, and avenues of approach enables the platoon leader to understand how the enemy will enter and flow through the platoon's area of operation. So you need to conduct a terrain analysis of your neighborhood. Are there, wooded areas? Are there areas where the enemy can sneak into? Okay, is there like a draw where the enemy can sneak into? Is there a creek or a river or anything, any micro terrain? I guess not a river, but a creek or anything allowing the enemy to maneuver closer to your neighborhood. Okay, so you need to identify those avenues of approach and any cover or concealment they may be able to use. Within the engagement area, the platoon leader determines through analysis where exactly to mass fires. So massing fires means you may have to move riflemen to an area where you think the enemy will maneuver through. Okay, so you might have to pull some people from a different team or different squad to put them, because you don't have machine guns, you just have riflemen, right? So if you just have riflemen, you need to maneuver your forces in a manner that you can mass fires. For example, it is where the enemy stops to cross a stream. It is where the terrain forces the enemy to cross in front of the platoon laterally, giving it a flank shot. It is where the platoon can fire at a point where it can achieve enfilade fires, or as a choke point where the platoon can drop a mine wire obstacle to create a place to mass fires on a stationary enemy. Only after this analysis can the platoon leader accurately identify the most advantageous place to concentrate fires within the engagement area, and then identify target reference points to focus and distribute and shift fires within those places. Okay, there's a lot there. So you, in layman's terms, you conduct a reconnaissance. You maneuver your forces in a manner that you think will most effectively defend your area of operation, your neighborhood. So if you think they're going to use micro terrain, okay, whether that be a wooded area or a stream, right, and you think they're going to use that area, you're going to overlock sectors of fire with multiple riflemen in that area, and then have observation posts or OPs behind them to protect their flanks, okay? And at the same time, you're going to establish target reference points. That would be like something that's easily recognizable, that everyone can shift fire from TRP1 to TRP2. So it could be like the weird looking bushes on the left to the light poles on the right. So everyone knows, if I say TRP1, everyone engages over to TRP1. If I say TRP2, everyone engages to TRP2. And that is going to help you distribute and shift fire within those places. The following steps apply in identifying and marking where the enemy engagement area is to occur. Identify target reference points matching the enemy's scheme of maneuver, allowing the infantry platoon and squad to identify where it will engage the enemy forces. That means you're not just going to see the enemy and just start shooting all willy-nilly. You need to wait for the enemy to come into your kill box, okay? I'm going to read the rest of this, and then I want to talk about that before I let you guys go tonight. That's kind of what I want to talk about, is identifying a kill box, okay? Identify and record the exact location of each target reference point. So make sure you identify it. Everyone is tracking exactly where the target reference points are going to be. In marking target reference points, use thermal sights to ensure visibility at the appropriate range under varying conditions, including daylight and limited visibility, darkness, smoke, dust, and other obscurants. Okay, so you're going to mark it. If you have thermals, you're going to label it using thermals and identify it, making sure it's a good reference point. If you don't, make sure you use night vision, etc., right? Determine how many weapon systems will focus fire on each target reference point to achieve the desired end state. So you need to avoid target overkill. Target overkill, pretty simple. You don't want to shoot a AT-4 at a person. You don't want to shoot a 84 millimeter rocket at a person, right? You want to shoot a rifle at a person or a machine gun, okay? So avoiding target overkill, making sure you don't have too many guns in one area, making sure you efficiently use your people across the battle space, right? Determine which element will mass fires on each target reference point. So, hey, first squad is going to be on the bush on the left, And then second squad is going to focus on the weird looking telephone poles on the right. Establish engagement areas around the target reference points. Develop and direct fire planning measures necessary to focus fire at each target reference point. Okay, so I want to talk about the kill box. So step one, you know the zombie communist horde in Minecraft is going to attack your HOA, your neighborhood, essentially, right? Okay, so first thing we're going to do, grab our stuff, get our forces together, get our platoon together, okay? And then we're going to conduct a reconnaissance. After we conduct the reconnaissance, we're going to identify areas that the enemy can use to maneuver on us. We are then going to set a linear defense, okay, or any sort of hasty defensive line, identifying target reference points and identifying the kill box where we want to kill the enemy. That means we want to have a flanking shot or some sort of enfilade shot to be able to maximize our fires on the enemy force, okay? So that means you're going to, like this depiction right here is showing, you're going to identify where you think the enemy will maneuver, okay? The most likely course of action for the enemy. If I was the enemy, how would I want to kill me? And then after I identify that, I'm going to array my forces in a manner to maximize killing potential in that area, okay? So if you're confused about what's going on and you've made it this far in the video, avoid target overkill, okay? So never target overkill. Don't overcommit too many guns to an area that you don't need. Don't overkill the enemy, right? In Minecraft. Point number 2, conduct reconnaissance. Make sure you know where the enemy's most likely course of action will be. After you know that, you can maneuver, right? Not battle drill, but you can maneuver your forces in order to prevent that enemy advance. And point number 3, kill box. Identify a kill box, a trigger point. Hey, when the middle line of their forces gets, when the middle portion of their forces gets to this target reference point, this telephone pole, open up. We want to kill the enemy in this kill box, right? That is how you kill the enemy in Minecraft. Okay, if you guys enjoyed this kind of, I guess, more laid-back doctrinal approach to explaining this, let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed killing tea time with Trench, let me know down below. I enjoy educating you guys, right? And this is all public knowledge from the ATP 3-21.8. I enjoy educating, but I don't want to bite off more than you're ready for. Not to insult anyone's intelligence, but I don't want to just jump in. So I figured tonight's discussion on the difference between a battle drill and a maneuver and how to identify a kill zone would be a good first step for this type of format without using the whiteboard, just using a talk through method of discussion and instruction and just kind of discussing it with you guys. Hopefully it was effective. If it was effective, let me know down below. If it was ineffective, let me know, okay? Just remember, not everything on GunTube is about this. Most of it should be about reading doctrine, learning how to use doctrine. You don't have to use all of it at once, but having bits and pieces of knowledge ready so you can identify a proper kill box is going to be what probably saves you and your platoon's life. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I'll edit this up and get it uploaded for you guys. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member of the Patreon. You guys know the deal. If you join the Patreon, the channel stays alive. If you don't join the Patreon, the channel dies. Pretty easy, right? All right, thanks for being here, guys. Until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average Killbox enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home signing out. Cheers.